and welcome back to Off the Beaten Quest. I am your humble game master, Justin, and we are getting back into session. There's a lot of D&D podcasts out there, but you chose this one, and 9 out of 10 dentists recommend it, so you came to the right place. We are starting off with session 69, titled Ship Happens. We pick back up with our adventurers as they they were at the harbor, they were heading off towards the ship, and they were getting familiar with the arrest as who was accused of murdering the navigator that was previously on the ship. We had some heartfelt moments between Verity and Amar, as well as Verity and her family, and learning that fallout is, as well as Verity and Ira reconnecting. So we join back with our adventurers at the harbor. All right. Adventurers, since my windows, nope, they're right there. You are standing at the harbor. You are watching as these two men are being carried away. You're standing there with the detectives from the Beville kind of guards. What are you doing? How is everything proceeding? Because last we saw, Luke Keel was very much saying, "Hey guys," and then you're like, "Oh wait, bye."
Yeah, the guys that I was fishing with originally on the back of the ship, but now they're gone.
Is the captain in the vicinity?
He is not visible at the moment, no.
Okay.
And the detective is like, he turns to you and says, "All right, I'll catch you guys later," and he heads off with the two prisoners. You can hear them as they're passing by. They're very much like pleading. They're like, "We had nothing to do with the murder. We don't know what's going on. What do you know what you're talking about?" And they're kind of being like shoved and pushed away as they head off to the gallows, I guess.
No.
We don't know.
So,
History?
how are you?
I would like to see if Ira clocks. If like this feels like earnest, like these guys are like they had nothing to do with this, or if it's like they're just lying.
You want to do an insight check?
Sure.
Go ahead and roll for an insight check.
Also, are we is there time before we leave?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it was early morning when we left. So.
That would be a 22.
You can tell that they're telling the truth. You get the sense that there's a lot of like emotion in their faces as far as like what's happening with them and kind of how it's proceeding forward.
She's gonna go back to the detective.
You're gonna catch him as he's leaving?
Yep.
Okay.
How thorough was your investigation?
I mean, it was pretty thorough. We did our due diligence to look through all this, and I think we found the right guys. They had the weapons that matched the wound on the body, so it all checks out. It's up to the courts to decide. At this point, we found our people. So
She's like weighing in her mind. Okay.
I mean, and again, with the insight check, you're only getting the sense that
Right. There's no
they're not trying to lie or whatever. Right. There's not like any foul intent, I suppose.
And the navigator was killed by a dagger, correct?
Yeah, that's it matches one of the wounds of it matches the weapons. One of the weapons they had smuggled in. He had this big dagger. It was had a bit of a curve to the blade.
Like a standard large dagger?
No, I mean your standard large dagger is kind of it's got a straight.
Yeah, so
to
it's
a point. This one has a bit of a curve.
What was standard large dagger?
So he was.
I guess I don't understand what. I mean, are you a weapons expert? I don't see. I know you got some daggers on your belts
gosh.
there, but
when Ira got her new daggers, they're scimitar shaped, right? Like I'm not misremembering that.
yeah, they're yours were like close to like short swords, like a combination, like almost like a hybrid
Scimitar
of
shaped. They
yeah.
had like a slight curve. So I was like, oh, so like these?
I guess so. Yeah.
So if I just have them, and then they also had them, they must not be uncommon. So you're like for sure.
Well, also one of the daggers recovered had substance on the knife itself that closely resembled the color of the substance found on the wound of the body. So
Closely resembled or as a match?
hey, we got to take these people in for questioning. He said, are you gonna do my job here? These
can.
adventurants stick to their own jurisdictions. This is I don't believe you're an adventurant of Beville. You're an adventurant. We're the guards of Beville. We handle Beville's business.
You're right. However, the adventurants don't murder innocent people in cold blood.
That's probably a good thing.
Wait, you're gonna murder these people?
No, I say up for the courts to decide. I don't.
But there's a chance.
Look, I don't make those rules. I only find who did one thing and then I put them in front of the other. It's not like
Guys, I think
I don't
Beville's
make
corrupt.
this choice.
Ira just looks at him and says, I hope whatever outcome sits well with your soul. And walks away. And walks away.
Is
Okay.
is Lucio within close proximity?
I mean, you guys are all in that little group, yeah.
Okay.
And she goes off honestly to go find go be with Verity.
Okay.
Guys, I'm not really sure about this anymore. But I need to make a pit stop to get some more medicinal things for us because we're gonna be bleeding a lot.
And you
What?
see the captain is kind of coming down this the gangplank, kind of coming from the ship. And he spots you guys and he gestures and he says he's kind of waving you guys over towards him.
Yeah, you can go over there.
Oh.
Way walk over there.
So you head over to where the captain is. Kind of Dawn is also there, folks. I forgot to mention that in the beginning that Dawn is not with us today. She's feeling under the weather, but she's there with the group and still following everything. Just the players under the weather. I'm trying to remember the captain's voice. It's been a while. It's been a while since I did
Been
the
a long
captain's
time.
voice.
I believe
Long time.
I think it was kind of gravelly.
Yeah. That's it.
He says, all right, so given all the circumstances of stuff happening, we need to get out of here. We are going to make way out into the water before the sun goes down, so our timeline's a little bit expedited. We were supposed to leave this afternoon, but we have to leave within the next hour to make it through to get down to Rivermire within the next, in the next day's travel.
Yes.
Without a navigator, we have, we got to make do with what we got.
Verity, do you have anything you need to wrap up before we go?
I think I've covered as much as I can. I mean, there's not much left for me here.
Okay. Eliana, you said you needed to get some stuff.
I just needed some adder's tongue, but that's about it.
Like
Just
I
for
said, you
wrapping
guys,
things.
you got about an hour before we need to
Okay.
leave.
How far away is the apothecary?
I would say it's within
I'll just make
10, 15-minute walk, I guess.
I'd just make a pit stop there. We don't have to
Yeah.
roleplay it.
Okay.
Get some adder's tongue.
So you head off to the apothecary to get some of that real quick. Is there anything that Verity wants to do before she leaves the town of Beville? Say
Nope.
any pieces to people, anything like that?
Not even the lady at the tavern.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe go see Olga real quick.
Okay. If you want to do that,
Just say bye.
that's within the time frame that you have.
Ira will go with Verity, but Ira is going to stay outside.
Okay.
Pride thing.
Is everybody else going with them to the tavern?
Lucio is gonna ask Verity, "Hey Verity, is there any food stand / farmers market deal going on in your town? Because I was thinking about grabbing some fruit before we head on the ship here."
History. Can I make a history check on Beville again?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check.
Ira not saying a word because she bought fruit for Arya for the trip.
Wow, keeping secrets.
That would be a 6.
Oh shoot.
I mean, there's the majority of Beville is essentially there's a general store. I wouldn't say there's a farmer's market per se, but there's a general store where you can find some things like that.
Fair. I'm just gonna go there and get some fruits.
Okay.
I want to get scurvy on the ship, man.
So Verity and Ira head off to the tavern. I guess I would almost think that this is amidst the same time as you're going to the apothecary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lukiel heads off to the general store.
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like Dawn would tag along with that. And so Jax, Ira, and Verity head back to the tavern, the Glistening Grotto Tavern, to kind of so you can say what you would like to Olga. So as you arrive, it's kind of very early morning, so it's like the early morning, like kind of breakfast rush of people as they kind of get ready for their day. They're just kind of getting some food before they pass through to like go to their jobs, different things. And you see Olga is kind of behind the bar, kind of passing out some food things to people that are kind of sitting there at the bar's edge.
Hey, Olga.
Oh, hey, what's up? What's going on?
So I'm leaving, like within the next, like less than an hour.
Oh, you're leaving already?
Yeah, gotta take some things over in Bogwash.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, I hope you got to see enough of your family and stuff before you headed back out. I mean, you haven't been here that long, only a couple of days.
I know. I guess you should probably know too. Nadine kicked me out of the house.
Gee, what?
Yeah, so just don't bring me up at all. That would be amazing.
I mean, I never thought that'd be possible from her.
She had a valid reason. If you feel up to it, you can ask her, but I do not have the courage, to be honest, to tell you.
You know, you've been acting strange these last few days. But you know, hey, I'm not gonna press. You can live your life how you want to.
Yeah, we're gonna see how that goes.
All
So
right.
it was a rough night last night. That's all.
Well, just so you know, depending on, I don't know how long you're going to be gone, but in the meantime, I might get some extra help around here because you're going to leave me a bit of a pinch, but...
Honestly, Olga, this is probably it for me.
Oh.
I'm putting in my notice.
Making her feel guilty before she leaves town. Wow. To put me in a pinch.
I don't.
Kind of looks a bit taken back. Oh, all right. I mean...
I don't know when I'll be back, and there's not really.
She kind of like is like comes around from behind the bar and kind of just like comes up and kind of gives you like kind of embraces you for a hug. It's all right. Look, knew this day would come eventually. You know, I can't keep you here forever, but just don't be a stranger. Make sure you come back and see us every now and then. And she kind of like does one of those where like a mother would, where kind of looks back and kind of like holds your chin up and says, you know, you've grown up a lot, and I don't think you'll do good out there. Just remember us little people when you're out there adventuring with all your friends.
I'll never forget you.
Aw.
I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you a lot.
She smiles and kind of gives you like another hug, is like an embrace. And she kind of like kind of pulls back again and kind of puts her hands on your shoulders and says, kind of does like one of those like nods and is like, okay.
Thank you for everything. And I'll be back. Just don't know when.
Okay. Well, I'll be here when you do.
Okay. Verity just awkward. It's like, yeah. And just starts walking out.
Okay. So you walk back out of the Glistening Grotto Tavern, and Ira and Jax are outside.
You ready to go?
Yes.
Ira puts out her hand for Verity to take her hand.
She looks very skeptical at first, and then takes it.
Ira just nods and then starts walking.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay. So you guys leave the Glistening Grotto Tavern and head back towards the harbor. As you do, you meet up back with like Lukiel, Dawn, Eliana, you guys are all converge as you kind of get close to the harbor. As you return to the docks, you see a hobgoblin male, almost like in an officer's coat, looking kind of official, and he's standing by the gangplank that kind of goes up to the ship that you guys came in on. And as you approach, he kind of turns to notice you, and he says, "Oh, well, you must be the folks coming with us on the trip to Rivermire. I'm the first mate. My name's Lure. I didn't get a chance to meet you all before. I was a bit under the weather previously. I had on the trip here from Bountifolia, I was not doing so well, and so I was in my quarters the good majority of the time. But it's good to finally meet all of you. You guys, I've heard a lot of things from the captain. That it's been an eventful last few days, I say, in Beville, but we'll make it through. We're got fresh headings, and we're going to be heading straight to Rivermire, and it's been good."
Just bringing up previous session titles.
I noticed that too.
Okay. I did that super unintentionally.
I was like, wow, how convenient.
That sounds familiar.
It all ties together.
And he says, yeah, and I've actually just gotten back into Beville. I was up in Green Valley for a little while, and I finally found a new navigator, all things considered.
Oh.
And he points to, there's a hooded man talking with the captain. It's kind of like the hood up and things like that.
Oh.
And then he kind of turns amidst the conversation and notices the first mate looking at him. And he introduced himself as Lure. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay.
Mhm.
L-U-R. The man in the hood kind of turns and notices the Lure pointing at him, and he kind of removes his hood to reveal it's kind of he's this sun-weathered skin kind of he is a half elf, kind of has some kind of bronze toned skin, so he's kind of very much from the sun kind of stuff from being on the travels and stuff. You notice the pointy ears kind of right away, kind of auburn hair, kind of tied back in a loose ponytail, and there's kind of a small kind of scar over one of his eyebrows. And there's he kind of has this loose pale blue linen shirt belted to the waist with a braided cord, kind of around his waist, and trousers kind of tucked into well-worn boots. He's the short hooded cloak, as he kind of removed the hood to reveal his face. And he kind of makes his way kind of towards and down the gangplank to kind of meet the gesture that Lure was doing. And he comes up to you all, and he says, "Hello, my name is Kalen. I am the new navigator, I suppose, for this vessel. I come from Green Valley, and Lure found me right at the perfect time. I was itching to get back out on the water, and he's been calling to me like an old elven song. It's
Wow.
You've, so where have you been on the seas?
Oh, I've been all over the place in lots of different journeys. I've seen the continents of the east and the west. I've been around. I've been manning different vessels from time to time, and it's been good. I've seen Shorespire. I've seen Cliffhenge, Mar. I've seen a lot of different things. Mar, of course, in passing. Nobody goes on that continent anymore.
So if you've seen Mar, I'm assuming you've been to Port of Mar.
Yes, I'm familiar with the Port of Mar. Yes.
Eliana's just kind of nodding because she doesn't know the geography of the material plane.
Do you, have you ever been to Luare?
It's in Bogmarsh, I believe, on the southern west coast of it. Yes, but yes, I've been there from at least once or twice.
Okay. I have some news for you guys later that we need to discuss.
By the way, the name's Kalen Baylor.
Kaylin, baby.
Ah.
Why does that sound familiar? Why does Baylor sound familiar?
Killian Bale.
But most of the people on the sea call me Brightwave. But
Oh.
it's just a little nickname that I coined amidst my journeys.
Is this like a younger guy or?
He's, I would say, I guess the elf equivalency of about middle-aged, I would think.
Oh, okay.
Bright wave.
Brightwave, yes.
Bright wave.
And he looks elven, but he's very much that of like a half elf. There's a lot of human qualities to meeting to because he's got like the pointed ears, like an elf would, but he still very much has like a lot of like human character, like I guess like human characteristics.
Kalen,
Sounds like
like-
a little cutie.
Was it Kalen like Kaelen?
Kalen. Yeah.
Oh.
I spilled like a bunch of water over.
I just spelled it how I spelled
Kalen Baylor?
I hit my mug and it like spilled some water. It's fine. It didn't get on the computer or anything.
Okay.
That's why I keep like wiping it off the counter. I'm like, all right.
You say Baylor?
Baylor, yeah.
Baylor.
Baelor.
I know you're probably, you already know how all of it works, but the old navigator did teach me a little bit about navigating with the stars, so if you need ever any assistance.
Yes, it's quite a shame the way that we've come to our meeting, but it's sometimes destiny is a way of pointing our lives in the directions that we are meant to go. So, unfortunately, the navigator met an abrupt end, but those people, perpetrators, seem to have been taken away to face their judgment. So, all we can do is move forward into the wind and sail on to
harsh
our
judgment.
futures.
Ira is fighting everything in her soul not to roll her eyes at this guy. The number of isms that he has.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I love him, Your Honor. New favorite NPC.
He again, based off like his just appearance and things like that, he's got like a necklace that has like kind of like almost like a talisman on it, but it's I would think you would recognize this based off of like what you went to like the charms before. It's like like a talisman of like protection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
I bought one of those. We're matching.
And the lure kind of interjects and says, "Yeah, we after this we're heading off around the Centurion's continent, kind of heading back to Shorespire, and we need to make sure that we get there in one piece. This is why we needed to find a new navigator to be able to get there." And then you see, as like you guys are having this conversation, it kind of being interrupted amidst like this conversation, you see a large group of people that you had recognized from the Adventurers Refuge, kind of running down the docks.
Whoa.
And
oh boy.
Fodra is kind of Fodra
Fodra.
is in tow, and is kind of rushing down the docks with these other people. They're like very much like other adventurers for hire and things that you would recognize from that refuge. They're almost like kind of creating a commotion with how much like they're kind of running down towards like a smaller vessel that you can see at the end of the dock as you kind of turn.
Good luck, babe.
Wow.
And she stops for a minute to like seeing that she's like rushing by kind of in the haste. And she says, "It's like, well, didn't you hear? There's a whole commotion going on over at Draklavor right now."
What?
Yeah, I mean, that's where we got called off of the mission that we were on, and we're heading out there right now. We're getting on a small vessel. I just didn't know if you had heard or not, given your acquaintances and...
No, I was left on red.
What does that mean?
Her sending stone, it vibrated. It didn't. come back.
I haven't heard anything.
I mean, we haven't heard too much either. We just know that there's something that we need to go and take care of. I know that they're sending a team out of Green Valley, too. So I don't know if it has anything to do with the treaty that they signed or anything like that. But we're heading off there again. Didn't think I'd see it twice in the same week, but shoot.
Verity, do you think this has something to do with his mom?
And you hear like Fodra, come on. And she's like, all right, well, I gotta go. And
Send me a send-in when you find out, please.
Yeah. And as she passes by Luke Keel, she kind of like smacks you on the ass as she's walking by.
God!
Oh my
damn.
god. What was that
I
for?
forgot you two had a
She-
thing.
Yeah, looks at you. like winks at you and kind of points.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Hey.
Let you know when I'm in town next.
Hey, yeah.
So they rush off to like this like small kind of vessel as they kind of board up, and it very much is like kind of turning to head off. It kind of makes a very quick kind of departure from
As
from the
Lukeel's
harbor.
face is turning beet red. My gosh, he is like, did anyone else just see that happen?
Uh,
Question: how many times can I use the sending stone in one day?
I think it's a new day. Did you send the message to Mar last night, or was it this morning?
It was this morning.
I think it's once a day.
Yeah,
Dang.
it is.
Okay.
You actually have to pay for each sending.
There's no rollover minutes.
Yeah.
So
Roll over
Uh,
words.
you see kind of Kalen kind of head kind of like start to like kind of like gestures to like carry on kind of thing, and he heads up into on the gangplank up towards the ship. And Laura says, "All right, well, I think it's best we get settled. We're departing soon, so make your way onto the ship and get settled however you need to. We're gonna be shoving off here very quickly." So he kind of like turns and kind of heads up onto the.
Well, Ira turns and looks at Verity. It's like, come in.
Yeah. I don't know. There's nothing I can do.
Okay.
I mean,
Ira,
I-
like, go ahead.
No, I can't. Like, I'm not going to cause you guys to miss the boat, and I have no way to get over to Rivermire. So, now or never to leave.
Okay. Ira hooks arms with her. Kind of like pulls her in. Kind of close.
Yeah. Let's just go. Before I change my mind, please.
Okay. So I think you two would head the way up the gangplank first, and following like Jax, Lukiel, Eliana, Dawn, kind of following.
Oh, I was in the middle of peeling an orange. I was just preparing. I was getting ready.
Okay. Well, you can peel and walk.
True. Multitasking.
To avoid fucking what's it?
Scurvy.
Scurvy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Keep
getting a
keep that vitamin C up.
head start on it, yeah.
Even though like it's a day journey between
Yeah, but he's just making sure. He's just, doubling down.
Beville and Rivermire.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way onto the ship. After a few moments, they kind of like a couple of crew members like pull the gangplank up onto the ship. And you hear the captain kind of yelling out some different orders. He's saying, "All right, it's going to take a full days of sailing to get to Rivermire, so we'll be sailing through the night to make it there by the morning. So I'm going to need crews kind of pulling rotational shifts, make sure people stay rested so we can ship out through the night." And like people are kind of like moving around. Some people are some of the crew members are kind of going back to their quarters to kind of sleep for the few hours to kind of be able to wake up in the night. And the boat starts to kind of push itself away from the docks and kind of turn to make its way out of the harbor.
Does Verity look as confused as you as a player look right now? Or as conflicted?
Yes.
Are you sure you're okay?
No.
I'm just worried that you tried to eliminate your mom, and so you're.
I was with her.
Yeah, she said she summed it up for the whole party, though. Is that Ira saying?
That's Ira saying that. That like, because Ira thinks you're going to. Verity killed his mom, but Ira was with Verity.
Mhm.
So she knows Verity did not kill mom.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like you didn't, but I'm wondering if your patron kind of just like took it over and made the choice for you. I don't know. That's a big assumption, but
I mean, I'm sure there's others they could have sent.
maybe. I guess just here's to hoping that his mom is okay.
Yeah, because it's not gonna look good for me if she is dead.
Or you're gone now.
Yeah. And Verity's gonna kind of look in the direction where Draclavor is.
Yeah, and you see the again, like you see the mountain that's kind of like sticking up out of the water. That's kind of signifies where that is. As you guys are pushing out of the harbor, and it kind of, because it does kind of push up like closer, I guess, in some proximity. You see a kind of almost like a circle of. It's almost like looks like a circle of ships that are kind of just like sitting in the water, kind of near the mountain. They look like almost like ghost ships during the day. Like they're like old ships that would be broken down or like covered in algae and things like that, because it almost looks like they've been sitting there for a while. And you see the small vessel that you saw the other adventurers and Fodra kind of getting on, heading towards. And it's heading towards this like circle of ships that kind of almost look like they're placed there. And as the boat itself is probably about now 60 to 100 feet, if not more, away from Beville as it's kind of heading out into the water. You hear in your mind, Verity, your sister's, it's in Amar's voice. Verity, your sister is safe now. You don't have to worry. My mother is no more, and we can finally be together. I love you.
Well,
And again, she only hears this in her mind, so nobody else hears this.
right, yeah.
Verity makes the face that I'm making.
Are you okay? What happened? What's going on?
So what's going on? It's like mid-orange. Like, yeah, what? You okay?
So the brood mother is dead.
Which means what?
That's the Mars mom, Lucio.
Or no, he's asking Verity. It's like, so what does that entail?
Do you know how?
I'm sincerely hoping it's not what I think.
Well, what do you think? What do you mean?
Can you take a breath first before you pass out? I feel like
No.
Verity is even more red than she
She
already
is.
is.
She
Yeah.
is. I, as a player, feel my face turning red.
Yeah.
I need a moment to sit down. I need to
Okay.
sit down. She just plops right where she's
Mhm.
on the ground.
Take your time. You want some of this? And he like hands her like a slice of like the orange.
Was that with the sending stone, or was that with?
That's what that was. It was like the sending message that like hit in your mind.
Do you need a cuddle buddy? Stella's right here. She's very comfy.
Yes, please.
You want this? This might help you.
Yes, and grabs the orange. and just
fucking happy
Stress
orange.
eating. And
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, come get your orange slices.
Yeah.
Like a soccer game.
muffin.
oh,
Do you have any blueberry muffins?
not right now. You don't seem emotionally distressed enough.
Okay. What's the barrier to entry on
Only
emotions?
Ira decides.
Oh.
It's like an 8 or higher.
Yeah.
I'll tell you later. And then I think I'll need the muffin. The muffin
Okay.
later.
Okay. So
I was not expecting that.
So what was it a hit?
I don't.
Is Amar safe?
Yeah, and Nadine's safe too.
What does that mean?
I
I thought you just left her at the house.
So I got a reply. I sent Amara sending on
Okay.
our way to my house this morning, and I just received one back from him,
Okay.
saying that his mother was dead and Nadine was safe.
That provides about as much clarity as you just gave us 30 seconds ago.
Well, it's just, well, now you know how I got the information. I'm still processing the other part. I'll get back to you on that.
I guess I don't understand how Nadine wasn't safe.
Well, because
You just left her at the house.
Well,
Just left her by her lonesome. She's at the house.
for context, 'cause I don't know if Verity has explained it yet.
No, I don't think so. At least I wouldn't think you would have gone into that detail.
Yeah, I think we just kind of made like a general, like, hey, she gave us a summary, but then we didn't really go into details.
So the reason I was trying to kill my mother was because if I didn't, Erebus was gonna kill Nadine.
Oh.
Hmm.
But what's to say that Erebus doesn't just overtake one of Hamar's people protecting her?
That's kind of what I was implying might have happened.
Can we put a pin in this for a moment?
We absolutely can.
Because
Yeah.
I just don't.
Okay.
Ira's going to get up and go down to the kitchens
Okay.
and see if anyone has a tankard of ale.
Okay.
Luke Hill is going to follow very closely because he's wondering when. Luke Hill goes, does anyone know what time it is? Is it getting close to lunchtime?
We just got on the boat. You just had an orange.
I know, but it's not enough to
Are
satiate
you sure
my
you're not like 13? You're just eating more than you're just eating us all at a house and home.
I mean,
How do you not weigh 500 pounds? Is it the wings?
metabolism. I don't know.
It's got that celestial metabolism.
Yeah, I mean, it's
You snapped out of that.
otherworldly,
Be
I
real quick.
guess. Yeah, I don't know.
and Jax is like, well, I can attest to this. When I have to change forms and I'm picking something that has like wings or a different appendage, it does take a lot more energy. I'll give him that.
Oh, yeah.
Now that he's got these things attached to his back, I'm sure he's probably using a bit more energy than usual. But
Yeah, dude. Just trying to get some sustenance. Just trying to sustain, dude.
so
Is there ale?
So you and Lukiel head below deck on the boat to kind of
Uh-huh.
head towards where the kitchen was from your memory from previously being on the boat.
Mm.
Verity,
Oh,
Eliana, and Dawn are
yeah.
still on the upper decks, and I think Jax would still be there too. He isn't really like going underneath.
I just imagine Dawn and Verity are just petting Stella.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Although I don't know if you mentioned of ale, Dawn might have.
Ira's
That's
gonna solve.
very true.
I have a solve for that. Don't worry.
So, while they're gone, what are you all doing? What are you potentially talking about?
Just petting. I'm just petting Stella.
Just having like a little comfort, like just sitting there.
Did Alyer stay back?
Just having a good time.
No, he's with you.
Gotta work on that. Those attachment issues.
It's not like
Damn.
Me with my cat biscuit.
it's not like a cat where you just kind of do whatever he wants. There's a little bit more of a dependency given.
We could
the
sit with
state of-
Jax.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's true, but he's got
Yeah.
Cole, so they don't really get along yet.
Eliana, can you teach me how to meditate?
Yeah, you wanna?
I think this might be a good time right now.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess just first we're gonna kind of ground ourselves.
Okay.
However you feel most comfortable sitting down.
Crisscross applesauce.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
usually how I do it. And you kind of just can close your eyes, or you can keep them open. Sometimes I like to close them to be more concentrated, but I like to kind of just sit and breathe in the space and try to let your thoughts settle. A good thing is to try and pay attention to your senses. So, like, what are you feeling right now? Can you feel the way your fingers rub together? Just focusing on little things like that and how the air smells. Is there like a saltiness to the sea? You know, getting in tune with the environment and your surroundings and your senses.
Okay. So there's like the rocking of the
Yeah.
boat. Okay. I'm getting it. I'm slowly getting it.
Yeah, just like focusing on that and kind of clearing everything else from your mind.
Okay.
Focusing on the here and now where you are and help relax a little bit. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's hit or miss. But it's always worth the effort to kind of try if you feel like you're a little overwhelmed in your thoughts. Just trying to simplify just down to your senses.
Very tries to meditate then.
And there's also this thing you can do called box breathing.
What?
In for 4, hold for 4, out.
Out for 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know. Can you combine the two or?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's try that.
Good grief.
Hell yeah.
So as you sit on the
Oh,
the
no.
deck of the boat, and you kind of center your mind, and it kind of focuses you into this like kind of free, almost like fluid way of thinking. You're kind of like centering yourself in your mind, and the voices begin to flood, and you hear the whispers. You begin to feel this as your body begins to calm, and you're kind of a focus of the mind. There begins to feel this like compulsion. It's almost like as you relax, something grabs a hold.
Oh.
And you are sitting with your kind of like hands on your lap, like kind of crisscross-legged. Your right hand begins to move its way up towards your belt,
No.
and it like moves to the
I-
handle of the dagger,
Immediately wakes up.
and you
Oh.
snap out of the meditation as you like kind of catch your hand moving itself on its own.
In for 4.
Her eyes like she's like,
My eyes like shoot open to like look at Eliana. It's like, I don't think meditation is for me. It was a nice try though. I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna walk over. That looks very interesting. Look at that. Is that dolphins? And she just walks away.
Meanwhile,
Not for everyone.
Well, I tried.
the Lukiel and Ira kind of making their way through the ship. You finally get to the kitchen where you see the orc male Brobzel. Is very much-
Brobzel.
is very much like
My
Luke
dude.
feels like Brobzel, my
Kinda making some
man.
food.
We're back, dude. Long time no see. What's going on?
says, who are you?
Yeah, dude. You don't remember? I've got wings. I came down here a little, couple days
You
Oh.
ago.
flex your wings, you'll like
Yeah, you're with
Yeah, I'm just like, wings
you're with
popping.
the pretty pink one.
she is up on the top deck. I'm here to get two
Oh, she came too. Oh, good.
Yep.
two
Good.
tankards of ale. One is for her.
Okay.
If you wish to see her, I'll even tell you that you said hello.
I'd like that. That'd be good.
Make that 3. Could I?
Yeah.
Get a-
and he like turns to kind of find goes up into a cupboard, and you kind of hear like a bunch of things like kind of like crattling around in there. He's like moving like a bunch of stuff around. It's like
Clink,
a
Yeah.
joke,
clink,
yeah.
clink.
And he pulls out like kind of 3 like almost like tankards like this size like out
Nice.
of the thing, and you see him
That's
kind
a
of
good
walk over
size.
to kind of one of those like side barrels, and he kind of like opens the tap of it, and it like fills it up, and he kind of gets a good decent like head on each of the ales, and then kind of
Very
like,
nice.
brings them over and hands them to you guys. They almost look like teacups in how big his hands are, because he's like this size.
Freaking
and stuff.
ginormous.
Says here are those. Is she gonna come down and visit? She wanted me to teach her to cook before, I think.
I can definitely ask her. I know one of our friends that joined us is kind of mid-crisis, so she's helping with that. But
Oh, okay.
I'll talk to her. And you can always come up and say hi to her when you get a break.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot for Brobzel to do down here. But I appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ira takes 2 of the tankards.
And as Ira's walking away, Luke Hill's standing there. He's like, Brobzel, do you have any like seaside snacks or anything like that? You got any? I mean, it doesn't have to be much.
Lukiel!
Or just
And he kind of
all I've had to eat
He
today
grabs
is an
something
orange.
off a counter and he hands you like this like large like cheese wedge and it kind of like
Fucking Skyrim ass looking cheese.
yeah a little bit.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yes, cheese.
I mean something. You asked for a snack. I eat cheese when I want to have a snack. I don't know about you. Is that not good enough?
No.
I mean,
It's okay.
Ira walks
and
back
he
to
starts
the
like
door.
kind of hastily, like kind of making his way back around like one of his like counters and like tables in the kitchen, and he's like I can make you something. I don't if it's not good enough. I just I thought you said snack, so I thought you said something small, but I can make it for you if you.
No.
He starts getting, like, nervous.
No. You're Brobzel. You're cool, man. Like it's all good. Like I mean, I'm sure we'll rejoin each other.
How big is this wheel of cheese? Is it small for
No.
Bromso?
So
but
not,
like
so not
beside
a wheel of cheese.
like-
This is like a cheese
whole
wedge. So
wheel.
it's like a wedge of cheese.
Just a little Skyrim.
I'm just like
Yeah,
holding.
like
I'm like,
it-
oh, thanks, dude. Like
enough
No,
cheese
like,
for
it's
6
clearly
months?
more than
It's
enough.
not the cheese wheel. It's like this is just like a cheese wedge.
Cheese.
I
Cheese.
love him, Your Honor. I love Brobs.
Brobzel.
Brobs.
He's just a gold guy.
I'm really in my NPC era. It's good.
Yeah, that's great. Brobzel, if we'll be back down if we need anything else, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the cheese and the ale.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, okay. Oh, bye.
Oh.
So you guys head out of the kind of the kitchen mess hall area and kind of make your way back up towards the top of the ship.
Ira got tired of yelling for Lukiel and just kept going.
Okay.
That's that
So
tracks.
Lukiel is trailing behind, but he's
Me
on
when
his
we're
way.
leaving
Yeah.
the house.
So you make your way back up to the deck of the ship,
Mhm.
and what do you do?
This might help.
So you find Verity.
Yeah, and she hands her a tankard of ale, and before Dawn can even say anything, she says, "Shut up." And she
She's
just gives
like
her-
giddy with excitement and
Yeah,
just kind of
just
like
gives it-
tosses it back.
Maybe that will help. I don't know.
Thank you. And she,
Oh, the other one was for her.
Ira doesn't really drink unless she's like,
Well, how do you know that Verity drinks?
because she's gotten wasted like 3 times.
Oh,
Yeah, she's trying to
fair.
get wasted.
Dang. Well,
She's tried and has successfully
A little
done
bit,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
that was
Twice.
Lukiel. Lukiel had already downed his tankard of ale when he asked that.
It's not a surprise. Not a surprise at all.
Eliana's still like sitting alone, like underneath with Stella. She's like, I'm just gonna sit here, I guess.
Like all on the top
She
of like, the
because
deck.
you ran away, so she's just like, okay.
What is she doing? Ira points to Eliana. What's going on with her?
well, she was teaching me how to meditate.
How did that go?
I might have.
Tried to kill her? I would have guessed that probably likely would have happened.
Yeah.
You have no self-control of your thoughts.
Well, that's the thing. It's like my body, once I started relaxing, that's when the loss of control started to happen.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure she didn't notice because she was still like counting and everything, doing the breathing exercise. So
Since when is counting part of meditation? Ira doesn't know.
Yeah, yeah.
She's an elf and
I
she
don't know.
meditates, but not in that
Like-
way.
Yeah.
it's like this whole breathing exercise. We like breathe in for so long and then you breathe out, and she was counting that. And
Cool.
yeah, and I just told her it wasn't working. Just walked away because I didn't know how to explain that.
Well, I'm glad that she's not dead,
I am too,
because that could have really put a wrench in the next 24 hours.
it could put a wrench in everyone's life.
What's a wrench?
So wrenches exist in D&D, but you may not know, so that's fair.
Fucking canon. Lukiel doesn't know what wrenches are. I love
He's not
that.
like tool savvy.
no.
No, he's just like
You've
a,
never met an artificer?
He's just a little guy.
No.
He might not have been
By the
our
way, not us
officer.
creating an allegory for anxiety with Barry's character.
Oh wait. Anxiety as a skill.
So you are left to your kind of own devices as you have time on the ship to kind of pursue whichever you would like. Is there anything that you particularly would like to do?
There is something that Ira would like to do, yes.
Okay, what would that be?
She is going to take out a piece of parchment,
Okay.
and she's going to tear it down kind of like a longish strip. She's going to fold it up and make, we know it as like a paper football, but,
Oh.
Okay.
and she's going
Hell
to look at Jax and say, come here,
All right.
lay on your stomach.
What?
Do this.
I have to lay on my stomach?
Yes, lay on your stomach.
Okay. And he
with your
like
elbows
does
do
the.
this. Okay, and then she goes kind of like 3-4 feet away from him, lays down facing him, doing the same like thing. She takes the football and she tries to like shoot it through his fingers.
Okay. That will be a sleight of hand check, I suppose.
Is it sleight of hand?
Yeah, it's
that what that would be?
dexterity based. It's because it's around with your. You're doing something with your hands.
Mm.
Your 4 plus, and it's a what?
Sleight of hand.
12.
4 plus 12.
No, 12 total.
12
That
total.
would be insane. I'm like, God.
So you managed to shoot it, and it kind of like it hits the base of his thumb, but still flips over the like thing.
So now you do it. And then she puts her hands up,
Okay.
making a
And
little.
he puts it down, and he like kind of tries to aim it, and let's see what it is. Okay. It's gonna be a 19. So he doesn't he like, and it goes. Like
Hits her in
the
the
corner
nose.
of it like
Hits her
pokes you in the nose before it falls in between.
Okay, well that's annoying that you're good at this too. And so she
He
gets
is
it.
a
and then-
monk.
Yeah, he is a monk.
I mean, it's
It-
only a +4, but I got a 15. So.
And yeah, they just play.
Luke
Play
Heel
that.
comes
Yeah.
over with his loot. He's like, "Oh, that's cute, guys. Looks like you guys are having a great time over here. Just passing by."
Pluck it away.
Do you guys want to play? I can make you one. She's looking at Verity and Eliana and Dawn.
Okay. Try it.
Yeah, so she just takes like the same piece of parchment and like just tears like another thing and makes another one real quick.
Okay.
And then there's no rules. You just got to get it through your fingers.
Sure, I can play with you, Eliana.
Yeah.
We can figure this out.
Sorry your thing didn't go well earlier.
It's okay. It's okay. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. It's not for
Yeah.
everyone.
The voices.
The voices.
Okay.
Okay.
The
So
sleight of hand.
yeah, it's gonna be a sleight of hand. So you're like flicking it to.
He's lined up. You got this?
Oh, it didn't sound good.
It's gonna be a 6.
It's a 6.
Yeah.
Luckily, this is really low stakes.
Yeah.
No
So
one's
the
gonna
lowest
die.
stakes thing we've
you
done
flick it and
ever.
and it goes like it goes off to like one side, so it misses.
Hey, that was close.
So work on getting the point that's pointing outward.
Mm-hmm.
Face it toward Verity.
Okay. I've never been good at long range things.
Well, this is like 3 feet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
And I would think Jackson Era are still like going
Yeah,
back and
yeah.
forth.
Okay. All right.
I'll just
Gonna
be
get
I'll just be
different-
here and just playing.
I mean, I can make one
guess,
for
yeah.
you and Dawn. If Dawn wants to play.
I guess. I mean, I
You
don't know.
seem like
She
you're
says
having
yeah.
a good time plucking along, but I mean, you want.
You're a rogue. You fucking.
Holy shit! 25.
20.
Wow.
19.
She's
So-
a natural.
She's a natural. So you aim it, and
fucking upstage.
you kind of like aim it to a point, and you hear something whisper in your head, and you flick it, and it hits Eliana right in the eye.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? She just starts like touching her face like, does it hurt?
It's okay.
I would think like Eliana's eyes like watering a little bit.
Does it hurt? She just said ow.
I'm sorry. And she like,
What do you mean?
embraces Eliana like, I'm so sorry. And just like,
It's okay.
"It's
It's
okay."
okay.
What's the state of Eliana's eye at this point now that she's had a
It's a little red.
I mean, she just got pinged with a piece of paper.
right?
I would think it's like the same equivalency of like if you poke yourself in the eye with your finger, it doesn't like do
Oh,
damage, but it still hurts.
Hey guys, I think this is a good time to break the news. So,
okay. Well, yeah, sure.
you know how I said I needed to talk to you guys about something?
Yeah.
So, and she just starts like crying.
Verity's still holding Eliana.
So when I talked to my goddess the other time, my sending message went through, and my sister. I don't know what's wrong with my mom, but my sister replied to my sending message, and I think my mom might be in trouble. But so my sister went through one of the way line.
Ley line.
A way line.
Fey Crossroads.
Wow.
Well, they correspond with the ley lines.
Yeah.
That's
So
where you got
your
that
mind
from.
was. Yeah.
So one of the Fey Crossroads opened up, and my sister went through it. I don't know what's up with my mom, but they're in Luware, which is in Bog Marsh.
They're on this plane?
Yeah,
Both of them?
but like only part of the message went through, so I don't know. I only heard from my sister, and it was kind of crackly.
They're going where we're already going? Or they are where we're already
They're
going?
kind of on the other side of the continent, but they are going to be on the same continent.
Don't do that.
So
They're going where we're already going?
Eliana does not acknowledge.
Rude.
So we can. Should we make an extra pit stop then?
I
I
I
don't
feel like we should.
I don't want to have to make it a whole thing. And
But it's your mom and your sister. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
But Ira's like, oh, it's convenient because we're already going where they are.
In her
Oh, wow.
head, that's what she's thinking. Like,
Like,
what's
oh
actually?
man, it's not even out of the way. We can make
just-
that.
I
We can
know.
swing that. No problem.
I know Lucille and Dawn they had their things, so I didn't want to, intrude.
Oh, you know,
I mean, we went and saw.
Don't be a jerk.
I'm not.
We went and saw my family. I don't see why we can't.
Okay.
We just add it to the list.
Yeah, I'm just really worried because, my sister Lillian, she kind of said, Mom, and then there was kind of like some crackly stuff. I think stupid her was blocking the message, but Flossidus helped get some of it through. And then she said, dead.
What?
Yeah. I'm scared.
Oh, well, that certainly changes it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm hoping that I missed something. Like maybe she said Mom isn't dead. Maybe that was the thing that was missing.
Can you try to? You got hit with a piece of parchment. You didn't get hit with a rock. Can you try to
Say,
open your
gracious.
eye?
Open your eye. Like try.
Open your eyes.
She really hit it hard.
Yeah.
The 25.
Oh yeah.
Verity's not that strong.
I got a +0.
She's very dexterous. Yeah, I think it's okay now.
Yeah. Okay.
It's okay. She
Is really selling it. It's good.
So who has the bastard version of the map?
Me.
Yeah, and so you can see, as you look through it, you see that Rivermire is again the southeastern tip
Which way we're going?
of which is where you're going.
Okay.
Luware, so it goes kind of directly north is Swamp Tree, and then to the west is Luware, and it's on its kind of like Bogmarsh kind of makes this weird little thing, and Luware is almost on that little corner.
So, where are the Nocte Mountains in relation to Luware?
The very
Like-
tip of the continent,
Due north?
straight
from Luware?
Yeah,
up at
like
the
the
very
opposite.
top.
Oh wow.
that is a long.
It's
Yeah,
a
I'm pretty
ways.
sure we're
So-
this is Rivermire, and then
Eliana?
mountains are all the way up here.
Eliana, I have a question.
Yes.
Did Flossidus is the good one, right?
Yes.
Do you know if Flossidus intervened and put them there because she knew where we're going?
Oh,
So she put them like on your path?
well, that would be great.
Yeah, well, maybe the message might not be from your sister. that's the
Flossidus is the
case?
good one. We
Yeah.
like
Oh.
Flossidus. Lorenia is the one we don't like.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Lukeel's
Think like because it's good to
oh.
floss your teeth,
Yeah.
so we like Flossidus.
Ah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, we're already going there, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like on the way.
Kind of.
yeah.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
I think it's like a triangle almost.
It's, yeah, because
So
it's
here and then
here,
this.
then here, then here. So you guys gotta. Oh, it's gonna take a bit to get
That's
there.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think we should prioritize, and y'all can disagree, but I think we should go to where we need to go first because we're already going there.
Mm-hmm.
That's
go
where the
to-
ship's going.
Go to Luer,
Okay.
prioritize that because I don't think Dawn being RP'd by someone else at the moment. I don't think you would mind adding a couple days if your family likely is not going somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, she says like, no, they're not really going anywhere. So
Okay. Does that work for everybody else?
Lukeal.
And what about your music sheet?
We're going to Rivermire first.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's that we're
We-
like
we're
we're
all right.
sailing to Rivermire.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it was in Rivermire.
Oh, yes.
I thought.
I didn't think it was.
It sure
it's
is.
the thing for the piece of music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is
You
it
don't. You guys haven't
Bagua?
figured
Yeah,
out where
I
that
don't-
is.
Yeah,
You guys
you-
don't know where it is.
You guys don't
on
know.
the continent.
You just
But
think
you
that
know.
because
Nobody knows.
it mentions swamps and trees that you were
Yeah.
like, there's a place called Swamp Tree. Well, then that's just got to be.
Yeah. There's a city,
You
like a
Timon?
town called
Huh?
Swamp Tree on
Yeah.
Timon?
No.
So, yeah, I think it's
I went-
not in Rivermire itself, but it's
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The assumption
Just a
is that
docking
it
place.
is in Bogmarsh near Swamp Tree
Yes.
because it mentions swamps.
That was
and
the
trees.
clue from the yeah.
guys were so smart.
You guys don't
We
know.
got this.
One knows. Nobody knows.
Sukil knows.
I know.
So we're good with that.
Absolutely.
Gonna have to be. We're all traveling in a pack.
Okay.
We got you.
We're all in this
Oh,
together.
you guys are gonna meet my sister.
I promise to be on my best behavior.
She's a bit of a handful.
Verity just cuts a look to.
Mm.
Your sister was
And Jax,
Mm.
Jax like kind of chimes in. It's like makes it a really like non-timely joke. He's like, I mean, maybe we'll meet her.
Jax.
It's a bit
you need to go
fresh.
for a
She
walk?
starts crying again.
yeah.
It's okay, Leon. It's okay. Apologize.
Yeah.
Well, I know Fake Crossroads, and I don't know how easy there are to traverse.
I only
Especially for
know
people
the
that-
one that I went through when I got here.
Okay.
It was
Guys. Let's just get there,
okay.
No, we're
and we'll figure it out
Okay.
when we get there.
putting the cart before the horse. You know that doesn't usually end well.
What is wrong with you today?
I'm just being practical.
You get a bad batch of meat last night or something?
Whatever. I'm just gonna go over here, and he like walks like he walks away. He like flicks the little football like off the side of the boat and walks away.
Oh my
Damn,
no!
what a
That's
little
rude.
shit, bro. He's being a little shithead.
Lukeal notices that from like the side of his eye. He's
A
like,
little bitch.
"Wow, okay."
Someone's taking lessons from
Jeez.
Cole.
Damn.
You okay, Ira?
Ira doesn't disagree with that.
Food?
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Hold that thought. Lukeal goes over to Jax.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lukeal's like, "You good? You
Yeah.
all right? You all right?
I'm fine.
You sure? You just flicked the thing off the side of it. It didn't seem like you're fine."
It's just a lot of speculation that.
What's being speculated?
I mean, we haven't even gotten to the continent, and we're already talking about like saving somebody from
Well, right.
somewhere
That's
else.
that's
like-
kind of that's why I was like, that's why I was like, guys, let's just get there first, and we'll figure it out. Like, take it one step at a time. But
And honestly, it's been nice not having to deal with a bunch of bullshit every single time we go somewhere. So
I mean, I don't really see it as that per se. But
I mean, aside from what happened to Verity, we got to kind of chill for a second at Beville, at least. So,
I mean, yeah, but
and to be honest, if she's talking about a fake crossroads, they don't just like happen all the time, and if they do exist, it's not really easy to get through them.
how so?
Just you have to like speak with this like guardian that guards them. That's how I got here. And
Real? Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah, there was one. I guess it probably moved now, but it was in the college where Ira goes to school. And yeah, I mean, we went through it, and then he was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna move this because too many people have been like fucking around it," and then they kind of switches it to a different ley line, I guess. But if they were talking about one from Luare, I don't, all signs point to bullshit that we're gonna have to deal with once we get there, because it's gonna be a bunch of stuff. It's not gonna be great, especially if somebody's dead. Anytime some shit from the Fae is involved, it's just never good. I don't.
That's why, yeah.
It's not a good place, man.
I guess it's easier for some more than others to just kind of take it one step at a time, one move at a time.
I mean, I'm from there. There's nothing nothing good comes from the Fae realm.
Right.
Call me a skeptic.
So you know more about it than I do. So I mean, I'm just sailing along with everybody. So
yeah, I'm not trying to be like pessimistic about it, but it's just
no. I mean, yeah, I don't think so. I think what.
Not trying to be pessimistic, but is being directly and blatantly pessimistic.
I love his character development. Shut up. I love you.
I mean, I believe that you know what is that. You've obviously been there, so like I'm,
and like, you have shit that you want to do in Bogmarsh. Trust me, I get it. Like her parents are like in danger and stuff. So like I get that's why we're like deviating.
Yeah, my stuff. It's not like it's not super like timely or anything. I'm not like in a rush, so it's fine. Like we don't have to get around to it first thing. I'm honestly down to chill for a little bit once we get there because we're, kind of rocking on this ship for the meantime. So it'd be nice to just kind of.
Everybody's just got like, everybody's parents is like,
in
trouble, or they're locked in a mountain, or they're like dying of something, and I'm just like, there's just a lot of shit with their parents. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. And speaking of, mine were murdered by somebody we've been hanging around with. I don't know. It's just like, it's just weird.
I thought you and her got like over that.
Yeah,
I thought you guys like how
it's just like
had
it's like a grieving process. It's gonna take a minute. It's just like, But it's again. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm just like venting some steam. It's just been like, been festering about it for a little while. I'm just like,
it's okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, like, you don't have to like worry about other people's stuff happening, like, because it's...
No, I mean, I care about what their stuff is happening. Like, I do. I don't know. Nobody asks what my shit is. I'm like hanging out and helping everybody else's stuff. I just hit things. That's all I do. I hit things, and I love Ira. That guy, what a...
Well, you know that's not how everybody sees you.
I mean,
that's not really true. Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We know that you have more depth than just being with somebody and being aggressive. Like, it's good. Like, we know. You got a soft spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's
just not showing right now. But,
yeah, I don't know. It's just like, it's been a few days. It's been a rough few days. I don't know. Everybody has their like down days, and maybe this is just one of those.
Yeah, while we're on this ship, you are more than able to just chill until we get like. We don't have to worry about nothing until we're there. Like, so you can just take a moment and just be here, just chill.
Yeah,
just chillax, broheem.
It's been a while since I've hit something, so it's like getting some of that like energy and emotion out. You know, it's like
Lucio like holds out his hands like this, and he's like, "You can hit these if you want. It's fine."
and he like
Shatter his arms.
he makes one of those like he does like a fist with his hands, and then
Yeah.
like the brass knuckles thing like kind of like forms in
Oh
his hand.
no!
He goes, "I don't think you want me to do that," and then he like moves his hands, and they kind of go
Oh
away.
yeah, yeah. Well, on second thought, you might be right. So, geez. Well, yeah, man. I'm just like, I saw you're, walking away. Seemed a little
No, I
stressed and tense. And
appreciate it.
wanted to.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've heard you say some things every once in a while where it's just like, you're here, you're vibing. Everybody else has got all this like stuff going on, and we're just like, we're chilling, we're here. So like, I don't know. I feel like you get it.
yeah. To a degree, I'm not you, so I don't get exactly it, but
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah. I don't know.
But-
We'll figure it out. We're vibing. I'm along for the ride.
We're on a ship, dude.
Yeah.
You want
I'm
some of
on a
this
boat.
orange?
We're on a boat.
You want my last slice of this orange?
Sure. He like takes the orange.
Bro, is it all warm and linty from your pocket?
I
No.
thought you gave it to Verity.
No, I gave her a slice, not the last slice.
Where's this wedge of
He's been
cheese? Has it been
saving
eaten
that
already?
Orange for
He's been like nibbling on it.
Is this
right?
you're
Like-
asking this from afar?
No.
Oh.
We're not there. We don't get to know about the cheese.
Oh. Lucio should have some sort of like bag, right?
Yeah, it's like in your pack or something. I mean, it may not be in the pack literally in your, like on your character sheet, but in theory, it's there.
Yeah. Just in my backpack chilling. Oh my god, it's probably not like you know how they have like the cheese that's like it's got like the cover on it where you have to
Like
peel
the
it
wax cover, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
It's like two sides are exposed, the other sides are covered in like the waxy, like.
I hope
like,
that it
real,
has
like-
that around it, but if it doesn't, then it's just kind of collecting. It's getting all the dirt in the hair
Getting
that's
a
in my
little,
backpack right now. So hairy cheese, yummy.
So what are the rest of you doing?
What
Talk to
time
me
of
about-
day is it now?
I would think, it's probably very like close to like 11, 12 o'clock, in like kind of very much around noon.
Lunchtime.
Verity would like to go find, is it Kaylin?
Okay. Yeah. You gonna go find the navigator?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh.
Going 2 for 2. I'm sorry.
Oh.
guys.
No,
just
I'm
kidding.
not this time.
So
I have questions.
yeah. So you you make your way around the ship. You kind of after not seeing him for like on the like upper decks, you kind of make your way down into the ship. I would think that as you get closer to the kind of familiar corridors of which you find yourself close to where the navigator's quarters is. If not, you make your way there, and as you approach this like door, you kind of have this almost like feeling in the pit of your stomach as you kind of get close. As you approach like the door.
I gently knock on the door.
Okay. So you knock on the door. You hear kind of like some moving around inside. Right. And you, after for like a second, like, you hear Kaylin kind of like, and he like opens the door. He says, oh, hello. What can I do for you?
Hi, I heard you say the words Green Valley earlier, and I just had a couple of questions.
Sure. Please come in. And he like gestures you to like, cause it's like kind of like half office, half living quarters. He's kind of, and as you re-enter this room that you had once seen a couple of days ago, the interior is different. He's kind of moved some things around, and there's some like kind of like an easel with like for like map drawing and stuff is like kind of covered with like a fresh piece of parchment, and there's like some like kind of some rough sketches of kind of like a larger continent on the like easel itself. on the other side of the room, you see kind of some like older looking artifacts, some different things. You can make a history check if you would like to see if you recognize anything.
Sure. I already don't know shit. That's a 5.
Yeah, so it doesn't look anything familiar. You can definitely tell that it's elven, but nothing that's like anything of like substantial or no, like kind of notoriety as far as you're concerned. And you very much, I would think, clock after a minute or two. You see kind of like the bed is made, right? Like the bed is like kind of off to one side of the room is made, but you can see on like kind of like this short like kind of wooden, the lower part of the wooden frame, there is a bit of like a like stained kind of blood that's hard to get out of wood once it's kind of stained it. So you kind of notice that before, but then you kind of quickly like catch your bearings and address Kaylin. But yes, what can I do for you?
So I was just curious, because there's this whole thing. Anyway, that thing does not matter. What matters, I was wondering if you had heard anything about a what is the word I am looking for? Like, have you ever heard of any vampires kind of in the area of Green Valley? Like
I mean,
a colony of such?
I had only been in Green Valley for a few months, but I did hear stories of kind of a clan of vampires that kind of resided within the forest nearby, but nothing that had ever affected the town. I knew the agreement that the Green Valley had with that of Draclavor, but I didn't...
Tell me about that, please.
I mean, that's the same as I would assume Beville, where we just came from, is the trade agreement where they bring like supplies to the clan of vampires, and in exchange, the vampires bring them drained fish that they can sell in their markets and eat and things like that. It's much easier to gut a fish when the blood is taken out of it, that's for sure. So.
Barry just nods like, okay.
But other than that, of rudimentary knowledge of it, I don't partake in, I guess, the economics of socio kind of interactions that towns and things kind of make them. So I don't deal with that bureaucracy, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that was it. That was just my question. Just curiosity, you know. I'm gonna go. Nice place. I'm gonna, and she like
just like a moonwalk, like.
Yeah, just
all right.
moonwalks back.
Good to see you again, I suppose.
I wish I could see that.
As you, so you gesture to leave.
Turn. Well, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore. Okay, going back to find the others.
Okay. And what is the rest of you doing? What are the rest of you doing at this moment?
Ira is quietly and peacefully feeding Alyer some fruit
Okay.
because her feelings are hurt.
Okay.
Eliana is... Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't write it down, but I remember I asked you if I could buy 25 gold's worth of incense. Did we ever end up doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like you did, yeah.
Because I remember saying
You've visited plenty of apothecary between a couple different places.
Cool.
I feel like
You
you
say
would've-
incense?
Yeah.
You're gonna try to burn incense on a ship?
It's like a case, like a massive box.
It's
a lot of
it's a
incense.
lot.
Or it's just really expensive.
Yeah, I would think it's like very much
Like a bougie
Okay.
incense.
Yeah,
top
his
tier
incense are
incense.
pretty cheap.
I'm gonna,
I mean, I guess per our standards, but
Yeah.
Yep.
gonna find a nice little quiet place. Is there like a quiet place where there's like no crew?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
essentially the kind of like pseudo quarters that you guys had before, is very much still like to your access and kind of where you guys would be staying in the future.
I feel like I would do this when I can see the stars. So like later on in the
Okay. All right.
evening.
She
night.
changed her mind.
And should I do that now? Okay, I didn't know
You
if we
can
were
do-
like. I didn't know if you had something planned. Okay.
I mean, the ship is your oyster, I suppose.
I'm gonna like sit kind of near the ship. Where the,
Like the railing.
yeah, the railing. That's
It's
yeah.
like, what?
So it's
Uh-huh.
nighttime now?
If we want to time jump to that, we can.
That's what she's doing.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
something
sure if that's what you were asking.
Yeah.
Is there anything amidst
wants
the
to do
day
that.
before, like the evening dinner time area,
Yes.
in betwixt that you would like to do? What would you like to
Yes.
do?
Oh my gosh, his name starts with a B.
Bromsel.
Brobzel.
Brobzel. Yes, I'm gonna go down to see my guy.
Retroactively,
Oh.
Okay.
when Ira handed Dawn the ale,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, your guy Bromzo wants to say hi. So if you get hungry,
Okay.
he's waiting for you. She kind of like winks at Dawn.
Damn.
Okay. All right. What
Is there like an actual like a dedicated space for like just eating? Like, is there an actual?
yeah, there's like a mess hall. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go there
Okay.
to like properly and formally like actually order food, not just like trying to get like, oh, what's up, like side, you know.
Okay. So you're
side of
you
the
essentially
opening
are
of the
going
door
to
of the
dinner.
kitchen. Well, not if it's midday. You said it's like 11 or
Oh,
12.
okay. So you're gonna go for
Oh,
lunch.
lunchtime, yeah. Is there like a bar area, like in the front, kind of like?
Like almost like cafeteria style, where like there's like a window where you get the food and then you can go sit down.
I mean, if
kinda
it's
thing?
set up like that, yeah, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I would think there's like a galley window, and then they like
There's like signage, maybe with like a menu, sort of like hung.
sort of.
Okay.
You're on a ship. I think you would get whatever you could get and just be happy with it. Because
I
it's
mean, whatever they're offering.
it's a
I mean,
boat.
I shoot. I mean,
Let's roll for it.
okay. What are we rolling?
He's
30.
rolling.
So I'm rolling. 35.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. 35. You get venison and pea pie. So it's like almost like a pot pie. So it's like some venison and peas.
Okay.
And it comes with like an apple and a tankard of lager.
Yes.
So it's like a little like cafeteria style lunch. It's like a pot pie, an apple, and some beer.
Yeah.
So that is what, yeah. So they like he's kind of like making those for the crew, and he's like handing them out for lunch.
Can I
and
get an
stuff.
extra side, please?
an extra apple?
No. Do you guys have other sides?
Being picky on the ship.
You guys have like au gratin potatoes or like
Okay.
green beans?
You get what the dice decide.
I should have just gone to my man Brobzel, dude.
You
He would've
get
hooked me up.
he gives you a secondary pot pie that is pork and eggs.
Yes. It's exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
There it is.
So, but do I have to stay in the
No.
hall to eat the food? Okay, I can like bring it back because I'm like,
These
man,
are, so these are sailors. There's not like cafeteria like elementary school rules. You can kind of do whatever as long as you're not like fucking shit up.
sweet. I'm gonna use my wings to help propel me back up to the top of the ship
So you're gonna fly from the mess hall
with my food.
up. Okay.
And come back to everybody, be like, "Sup, guys? I got some food."
Hell yeah.
Awesome. What did you?
They
wait,
got some down in the hall if you want lunch.
Wait,
I mean,
what-
it's already lunchtime.
Yeah,
Surprised
I'll
you guys
probably
haven't
get
gone there
some.
already.
What do you have?
2 pot pies and an apple and some lager.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Granny Smith.
I might get a few apples.
I'll
Okay.
take part of that pot pie.
It's like the one episode of Friends of like Joey doesn't share food.
You know what kind of work I had to put in to ask this guy for this other pot pie?
Well, I'll take whichever one. Like, I'll just have a bite of which one.
So
you
you're saying that you
I'll just take
do it.
it.
I'll
you-
do it.
you-
I will go down.
you
I will-
reserve the right to a second to my second pot pie is what you're saying. That you
No,
just
do
get
what?
it by
Do what?
default.
No, it's. I said one bite and do it. Never mind. I'll just go down and get my own. Thank you very much.
They're just like,
No,
to
no,
go
no,
to
no,
the
no,
mess
no,
pile,
no.
okay.
No, I insist. You're
No,
you know,
no,
you
it's
wanted the pot pie, so
It's too late. Lucia.
really okay.
So she's like walked off down to the. Okay, so you are on the top
Fair
of the
enough.
ship with your pot pies and your apple.
Sure am.
All right.
I'm vibing with the scenery, man. That's like
Yeah. Fresh
enjoying-
open waters.
Yeah.
Salt in the
It's
air.
great. Wonderful.
You're eating your pot pies. The
Oh, yeah.
occasional like.
It's so
it's-
strange to have pot pies on a ship. But we got it's like having steak in a movie theater. It's like no one's eating that. And that you know, where
Listen,
that
this is what Brobzel's making. Whatever Brobzel makes, these people eat.
Dude, he's got it going on.
He's the vibe.
Yeah.
All right, so you got your lunch. Verity went to go get some of her own.
After she was trying to fiend off my second pot pie.
Get it, fiend. Anyway. All right. So, is there anything that anyone else would like to do before we jump to the evening? No. Okay. So,
Luke Heel's about to take a power nap.
we get to the evening as the kind of sun begins to set, and the stars kind of up in the sky. Eliana, what is it that you would like to do?
I'm gonna lay up my little incense burners.
Okay.
Gonna druidcraft, initially light a little flame on the incense to get him going. Get him
Okay.
Smoky. Crisscross applesauce. Look up at the stars. And I'm going to cast divination.
Okay.
This spell puts you in contact with a god or god's servants. You ask one question about a specific goal, event, activity to occur within 7 days. The DM offers a truthful reply, which might be a short phrase or cryptic rhyme. The spell doesn't account for circumstances that might change the answer, such as casting of other spells.
Okay. So, can I ask a question
Yeah.
about that spell?
Yeah.
Do you get to choose?
No.
Okay.
It just says a god or a god's servants.
Okay. So, what would you
Oh.
like to ask?
I would like to ask.
Oh boy.
I'm actually going to.
Yep. Just got real.
I'm going to stick with my gut.
Okay.
Okay. I was thinking about asking Luke Keel's god, like reaching out to his,
Oh,
but
interesting.
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reach out to Flossidus, my homegirl. I love her very much. My sweet goddess.
And again, just so I'm clear of the mechanics of this spell.
Right. I'm just asking.
You're reaching
her.
out to Flossidus.
Yes. But it just says in contact with a god or god servants.
Okay.
I know.
No, go. You do you. I'm here for it.
I'm going to spend my 25 gold's worth of incense that the spell consumes. Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to say, hey, Flossidus. So, you've done a lot for me so far, and I really appreciate it. I just wanted to ask, we're heading to Rivermire, and after we, go look for my family, we're going to try and seek out this sheet of music, a musical piece. And I was wondering where in Bogamarsh, might be somewhere in Swamp Tree, but do you have any specifics as to where we might find that? It's kind of very important. It's for a very magical piece that my friend Lukiel is looking for. And that is my question.
Okay.
He's flipping the
Oh.
fucking coin.
I'm gonna flip that again because it didn't count.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you reach out and ask this question. for a minute, there's a moment like of silence. It's like the waves and things as you are reaching out to kind of higher being. And there's kind of like almost like a rock in the boat, so to speak. And the map that is in your pack kind of falls out onto the deck of the ship.
Oh.
And it kind of like hits like a small thing of wind and it lands on one of the incense and it burns a small hole into a spot between Luere and Swamp Tree on the map.
It could be a trap.
I know. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And I think you would like grab it before it like catches the map on fire, but yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Flossidus. Appreciate it.
Eliana fully believing this is Flossidus. But who knows?
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you which way the
I
coin
know.
went.
I know.
That's the fun part.
Well,
Well, I have information.
could be correct or could be incorrect.
All right.
You don't
Then I
know.
will start meditating for my 4 hours.
Okay. Meditating for hours. Is there anything else that you would all like to do as the evening proceeds on?
What time of day is this?
I forgot I was
Moment.
supposed to do a -2 to everything
Oh, because you were exhaustion.
because of my
Yeah,
exhaustion. I
that's true.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
My bad.
Forgot you haven't really like slept since.
My
Ah.
bad.
It's fair. It's all good. No harm. Yeah, is there anything?
What I was just asking what time of day it was.
I would say that this is probably close to after sundown, so probably like 6 or 7.
Oh, well, he was about to
8-ish.
hit the hay early. He's getting an early night's rest
Okay.
because he
Okay.
wants to be up early tomorrow for when we're getting to.
So you're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Dawn's probably going to curl up and sleep out on the deck of the ship, staying outside and close to the stars, as well as Eliana, if not staying near Eliana. Verity, Ira, what are you?
I need a long rest.
So you're going to be going to sleep as well. How about you, Ira?
Everyone going to bed early? Wow. Look at us being so responsible. Wow.
Ira's gonna go over to Eliana. Can I meditate with you?
Yeah.
She just like sits. She like, for her, like lays down
Mm-hmm.
and then just like does like something like with her hand, or like both her hands. She
Like
just-
in Baldur's Gate. When
yeah, but like just kind of indicate to everyone like she's not asleep.
Yeah.
And then I would assume like Alyer would like curl up, like probably like on her stomach or something.
Okay.
And then she's gonna get her 4 hours. She is still not feeling great.
Okay.
So
And so Jax is kind of just like not really going to sleep yet, just kind of wandering around the ship and kind of blowing off some steam, you know. He stumbles upon the like Kaelin is up on the ship, kind of near the helm, like where there's the steering and stuff. And he sees Kaelin kind of giving directions with like his hand, kind of pointing some things. And he kind of just minding his own business. He's not like going to approach or anything like that. After a minute, like, you know, Kaelin kind of walks off. And Jax kind of just stays at the deck, kind of up in that like upper deck part of the ship and stuff. The kind of almost like the same kind of wind, kind of almost like happening at the same time as like what's happening with you and like with the meditation and like the map and stuff. The wind kind of catches like Kaelin's sleeve for a second, and Jack sees like this like tattoo or marking on his shoulder, but couldn't really make out any of the shapes or anything like that. Just kind of thought it was interesting, and kind of makes a squint eye and just kind of like Like kind of like shrugs it off, like whatever. And then kind of continues to walk around the ship till he eventually kind of turns in for the night. He goes to sleep.
Doesn't apologize or anything.
I mean, you went off to meditate with Eliana, so he's not going to like disturb you or anything. But
Damn.
so yeah, so that we go into the night. While meditating,
Oh God.
Oh, sheesh. Get ready.
Eliana, you kind of drift off into your kind of meditative state. And again, like you're smelling the salt of the air in the sea kind of around you, hearing kind of like the waves hitting the side of the boat. You smell something that the salty smell kind of starts being overpowered by something that smells familiar. It's not a pleasant smell by any means. You recognize it as something that you smelled the day your village was attacked. And you, amidst like your eyes closed, and you're kind of staring into the darkness of like your mind as you're kind of like focusing in on the sounds and things like that. And it's calm. Things begin to go kind of quiet for a moment. Just the waves. And you're focusing in on this like dark kind of spot that you're in your mind. And then that smell starts getting stronger. Start to hear in your mind like these echoes of screams, people yelling, and a face slowly like appearing in the blackness, and connected to the rest of a body is this gray, old, feeble hand reaches out and grabs you. And you begin to fall into a deep kind of sleep. And the rest of you that are around Eliana hear a ka-doom, ka-doom, as Eliana has fallen unconscious.
That wakes me right up.
So are you sleeping up there with them, or are you in the space that like is like your designated staying?
Because we're on the deck.
Yeah.
We're up top.
Dawn, Ira, and Eliana
Well,
are up there.
depending on where that is in proximity of the deck and that part of the deck.
It's not above. I don't think it's above.
No.
No, it's like kind of off to the side, almost like towards the back of the. I would think it's probably closer to the front of the ship, given that like the back is where like the helm and everything is and stuff.
I would think that it initially wouldn't wake Ira, but it would wake Alyer. That would wake Ira. And then she gets up immediately and goes over to Eliana. Doesn't like shake you, but certainly is like, hey, all right, hey.
Make
You
a
should wake up.
Constitution saving throw
I
for
feel
me.
like Lucio would have hung out on the deck, personally.
Ira pulls out a dagger and puts it up under Eliana's nose to see if she's breathing.
Okay.
13.
13. You see like the breath that's like hitting the blade.
Okay.
But Eliana is unresponsive.
But she's breathing.
She's breathing.
Is she bleeding anywhere? Is anything broken?
Nothing that you can see.
Neck's not snapped? Okay. How does Stella react to this?
I mean, Stella's concerned and is kind of like sniffing and kind of like nudging her with her face.
I'm gonna. It's not gonna do anything, but I'm gonna cast aid.
Okay. What is the parameters of that spell?
Gives me 5 temp HP or something like
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Mm.
Not useful. What I will do is prayer of healing. Takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
But up to 5 creatures of my choice who remain within the range. She's not going anywhere, obviously. Get 2d8 or regain 2d8 hit points. So, Ira doesn't know whether or not she's taking damage or not, but she's like, yeah.
It's you kind of like push this like magical energy into like the healing and.
Do I need to like roll to the 2d8?
Yeah, you can roll the
Just
2d8
to see what it does?
Yeah,
It's 10 points.
10 points. I'll need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Not like where this is going. Stressing.
8.
Oh, brother.
Nothing happens. It's as if, and I will say, honestly, the healing goes out, and there's a moment of unresponsiveness where it doesn't seem like it's done anything. But then Eliana begins to convulse. As if she's having a seizure.
I don't know what to do for that.
Ira casts Speak with Animals.
Okay.
Says to Stella, I need you to go down and get everyone from below.
Like all of our people.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Stella like kind of like barks in like response and just kind of like runs off to kind of head down towards below deck. And then shortly after, Jackson, Lukiel, and Verity like kind of run up with.
I don't know if this
Stella.
will do anything, but I'm going to cast Shield of Faith. Shimmering field surrounds a creature within range, granting it +2 bonus to AC for the duration. The duration is up to 10 minutes with concentration.
Okay. This,
Again,
like,
probably won't
magical,
do
like,
anything.
Yellow aura kind of goes around.
Yeah.
Eliana is like, you can see this, like this convulsion, like it's like her eyes open for a moment and they're kind of like they're rolling back as she's kind of like.
Ira has rolled her on her side.
Yeah. Okay.
I think she would know to at least do that much medically. But that's she does.
Okay.
She's trained to stab things, not save things. Our healer does this, and our healer is incapacitated. So,
for this is so tough. For Dimension Door, it says when it you can teleport one willing creature, but she's not like
where would you take her?
presently.
Yeah, where
like,
would you teleport her to?
Anywhere but the upper deck.
Is there a medic on the ship at all?
I think
Sure,
not this
I hope-
crew. It's a supply vessel. It wouldn't necessarily be outfitted
jeez.
with like.
Not even have one person that has like healing ability.
Not necessarily.
The one that has first aid training.
Eliana, make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
So, Lukiel, Jackson, Verity are all.
Yeah,
up in
everybody's there. Yep.
Verity's, what's happening? What's going on with?
I don't know.
Eliana?
She just started. This just started happening. We're just trying to figure out what we're trying to get her back.
Guys,
Can I-
It keeps getting worse.
can
I
I-
rolled a 7.
Well, I was gonna ask,
Fucking-
can I guide her?
Guidance
Your
only
guidance
works
is for
on checks.
yeah, it's
not
for checks, and you can't. There's no way for you to discern that she's fighting something internally.
Yeah, I
technically.
wanted to ask.
Yeah, it's fair.
I wanted
Yeah.
to ask. I don't know.
Good try.
And you begin to see Eliana's body starting to feel cold.
Oh,
touch.
don't like that.
And
Really don't like
you
that.
can see that the yellow goldenrod leaves that make up her hair are starting to go brown.
What is happening?
Is she taking her winter form?
What is going on?
There's a bit of like frost that's starting to kind of cascade onto her shoulder.
At
And
this point,
the
I'm
sea
like,
mist in the air. Is
I'm
starting to
over-
gain,
yeah.
like some kind of like you can see these like little bits of kind of almost like frozen kind of mist.
Verity's gonna detect magic and see
Okay.
what, if anything, what happens.
So you detect magic, and Eliana's body lights up like a Christmas tree, as if there are several different colors emanating off the same portion. It's like all over her body, but it's kind of fluctuating in like these colorful waves, kind of like going around.
Okay. So there's like a bunch of colors swirling around on her right now. Like magical aura rainbows. Does anyone know what that means?
If you don't know what that means, I don't know what that means.
I just
So your guess is as
that's
good
the
as
magic
anybody
I'm
else's.
seeing.
I mean, would Ira's education have any idea, or even just like a hunch of a guess of like, oh, we could try this, see if it works?
I would say we're gonna have to find out next time.
Oh my gosh.
No!
This is
We
so
weren't even
fun
going to
'cause
find out.
This is so fun because I don't know what's going on.
Thank you
either.
so much for joining us here at Off the Beaten Quest. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us through this adventure as you've listened to all the audio episodes thus far. We are going to be transitioning in the next episode to video episodes. And thankfully enough, and proud to announce that Ali G will be taking up the mantle of doing all of our post-production editing as far as the audio and video. And we look forward to seeing your reactions and what you think about everything once we get into the video. So we'll see you soon in the next episode here at Off the Beaten Quest.